what I always tell to people is every 1 minute, 2 people get hired on LinkedIn. Beginning of this year, so 2025, there was 900 million users, 1.5 billion now, and a lot of them are students. Personal branding is so important nowadays as an individual because, in a sense, with the job market is so saturated. I've really grown my platform through networking. So when I first started LinkedIn, which was about just over a year ago, I actually had about 300 followers. Within just over a year, it's about 2.1 now.
So my son is 16, just left school, going into college. I've told him to get his LinkedIn profile set up. So not just his CV, but also to make sure that he's got a LinkedIn profile.
If you recommend someone, it means it's a good thing. So for example, you recommend me accountant. If I'm looking for an accountant, I know it's going to be a good accountant because you've recommended it to me. And that's where Birmingham is so good, because people will only recommend people if they know they're good.
Yes.
Right, let's go. So, first episode of Made in Brum. Welcome, Gavin.
Thank you very much.
How are you been?
Pleasure to be here. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good. Why are you here, mate?
Okay, so we've decided between the two of us, and also by Abdullah, who is currently doing all of the buttons pressing and all of the exciting stuff.
Yes.
We're going to do a podcast. And this podcast is going to be called Made in Brum.
Right, why is it called Made in Brum then, mate?
So, first of all, it's our home. So, we're currently in Birmingham, in the UK. And as well, we are going to be shining a light on business within the West Midlands, specifically within Birmingham. And we just want to be able to talk about their stories. We want to get people in, talk about why is it that they started business, all of that exciting stuff.
So, who would watch this? Who would you say you should watch this, basically?
So, my mum, my dad, no, I'm only joking. So, the people that need to watch it is people that are looking to either start a business and they want to learn from the stories of other people that have already gone ahead of them. It might also be people that are currently in business and they just want to be able to learn about what are other people doing. So, you know, what are some of the challenges that other people are going through? What are some of the things that they're dealing with and that they've overcome, that they too can be able to learn from those stories? And then other people that just, you know, like our faces, they think that we're a friendly bunch and they just want to have somebody that they can listen to, that they can watch and just connect with. And hopefully then this will be part of building a bigger network, a bigger community, and then we just, you know, put Birmingham on the map.
Go for it. Okay, so for everyone who's here, so I'll introduce yourself, Gavin, because not everyone may know you. People may know you. I know you, but we'll go into details why I know you after this. So yeah, explain yourself.
Excellent. So I'm Gavin Dell. I am the founder of a company called Lead With Story. And my organization is basically supporting people within the business community to be able to tell their story in their business. So whether it's to do with their vision, their mission, their values, I help them to put that together to make that part of their brand. And then as well, we then look at how that can then be told on their social media, their website, and all throughout their marketing. And so the whole premise is you lead with story, and then everything else just falls into place.
Nice. I'll explain myself a little bit. So my name's Luke. I am originally from Essex, but I now live in Birmingham. I am the sales and marketing manager of GenXO. I'm also a student champion from University College Birmingham. So I graduated a year and a half ago. And my mission statement is help other people. So I'm all about connecting people with people, because for me, people buy people, not a random product, but actually individuals. So joining at GenXO, obviously this is a GenXO based podcast, but for me personally, it's all about touching individuals, not just business owners and founders, but also people that are looking to start their business through whether it's people I met at networking or actually people that have seen this one just randomly and be like, oh, Gavin looks like a sexy man. But yeah, so.
And before we move on,
Go
so
for
you
it.
just mentioned that this is, sponsored by, powered by Gen XO. Tell
Yep.
us a little bit about Gen XO.
So, Gen XO specifically is a media creative agency based in the heart of Birmingham. It's myself and a few others. We are basically really, really, really good at media. So that's our main sort of arm of our business. We do marketing. We mainly do social media marketing. But, pardon my language, we're really, 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 really good at media. So whether you want a podcast like this, or you want to do a music video, or social media to show off your lovely food, anything sort of content-wise, we're really good at it. Myself personally, really good at LinkedIn marketing. So yeah,
Excellent. Thanks for the intro.
yeah. So I've got some questions for you, Gavin.
Okay.
What gap did you see in Birmingham's businesses or creative scenes?
So what we currently do in Birmingham, and again, this is kind of how you and I met.
Yep.
Is that there's a really good community, there's a good networking scene here within Birmingham as well. But then in terms of capturing that and being able to really see what's going on and being able to tell that story through the lens and to be able to then share that with people outside of Birmingham, I think that's pretty much where the gap is. And so, this is what Gen XO, Gen Z Media, this is what everything's all about at the moment, is to really just shine that light on it and to be able to say, look at all the great work that we're doing in Birmingham. There's people that have got some fantastic businesses and we need to be able to raise the profile of that. There's lots of great talent within this city and people aren't always getting access to that talent, and so they end up going to the big city, like going into London and other places, and we're losing that talent outside of Birmingham, which is a shame. And so we just need to raise the profile, show people about not just the amazing businesses that are here, but also we've got some fantastic founders, we've got some excellent talent. I think you mentioned it earlier, we need to just take the lid off what's actually going on in the city and just show people exactly what it's all about.
Well, funny enough, for recording it at the moment, it's Birmingham Tech Week going on at the moment. There's some really good businesses around. And also with Birmingham specifically, so my background's in marketing, obviously yours is similar, and that's how we really met. But with Birmingham specifically, it's a hub of marketing. And when I've been speaking to loads of people, I think Birmingham's a really weird community compared to a lot of others, like up north, down south, near Devon. Birmingham really sticks together. There's really hot spots of communities around Birmingham. What's your take on that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about people, right? And so when you've got those common interests, when you've got those people working for a common industry, for example, then it's all around kind of connecting together. And I think you and I, we've managed to tap into some great communities that have really been able to, shine that light and take things forward.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when it comes to this sort of format, have you done this before?
Yes.
Do you want to explain? Because I've not really done it. The first podcast I've ever done was last week.
Yeah. So I've done a podcast before, but not in such a setup.
Yeah, it's insane.
You have to come to this studio to be able to see how insane the setup is. And, I'm happy being in front of a camera, but we've got like 3-4 cameras on us.
Yeah,
all of the different angles.
It feels weird. It feels weird. I feel like I've made it. Mama made it. Even when it comes to like the community, showing up is so important nowadays. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because if you're not showing up, so just to tell you a bit of my background story, I worked in corporate for many, many years. I know I don't look that old, but I am. Right? So over 2 decades, I've been working in corporate business, and I've been like working under the umbrella of a brand of an organization. And then what I decided to do was to take the leap and to start my own business. And so when doing that, you can literally just get absorbed and isolated into your own little world because you're trying to think of all these different things that you want to do in business. It's so important to have that that community and to be able to have people that you can connect into and have those shared experiences. And so for me, it's just so important to be able to tap into that. Now, I know that you come from a different angle to myself. So what's your take on it in terms of the audience, the community side of things?
So for myself personally, I wasn't even from Birmingham. So I mentioned earlier, I'm actually from Essex.
Yeah.
So I literally wasn't even going to go to university. I literally decided a week before the end of the submissions, basically, they'd extended it. So I just decided to show up basically, and I was like, okay, mum, I'm going to go to Birmingham now for university. It was meant to be January, actually ended up being September. So literally I got results in August, packed my bags, went to university. And for me, when it comes to I only graduated a year and a half ago. For me personally, I have only really been exposed to the corporate world for about a year.
Yeah.
I know we've had this chat so many times, and when I go networking, I'm usually the youngest one there, guaranteed, pretty much there. But a lot of the stuff I do on LinkedIn specifically is actually encourage young people to show up, just to turn up to an event. Because nowadays with AI and the job market being so diabolical, people are buying people. You turn up, you speak to people. If they like you, they're going to offer you a job potentially or an internship. So with myself personally, I started networking really late. So for me, networking was something I just did with the business I was with at the time. But it really exposed me to just turning up to different events and speaking to people. Even though I lacked experience, I had the energy and just wanted to show up basically and say, hello, this is me. Yeah. Please help me. Obviously, we do this product, buy it. But at the same time, it really taught me how to do networking because I'm completely self-taught. So when it comes to showing up, I always talk to people about just turn up, speak to people. Don't sell yourself to people. Just be you. And really, for me, for networking is a good way of meeting new people. That's where I met you. Mm-hmm. That's where I met hundreds and hundreds of people. I've really grown my platform through networking. So when I first started LinkedIn, which was about just over a year ago, I actually had about 300 followers. Within just over a year, it's about 2.1 now. But the point I'm making is just by showing up. Literally just posting on LinkedIn just because you can. Just doing it. Don't be too annoying, but just posting.
Yeah. So here's one for you. So my son is 16, just left school, going into college. I've told him to get his LinkedIn profile set up. So not just his CV, but also to make sure that he's got a LinkedIn profile. So how do you think that would benefit, or do you think it would benefit young people as young as 16 to be able to have something on their social media, such as LinkedIn, to be able to promote themselves and to get opportunities? Absolutely.
So the biggest fact I can always recommend, what I always tell to people, is every 1 minute, 2 people get hired on LinkedIn. Beginning of this year, so 2025, there was 900 million users, 1.5 billion now, and a lot of them are students. So I've gone to Warsaw College and that, really echoing actually networking and using LinkedIn, which is an extension of network marketing, is so important, especially at a young age, where just by turning up on LinkedIn, just by not just existing on LinkedIn, but posting you don't have to be a professional, but by posting on LinkedIn and putting your name out there, it helps with SEO. And also, if people are knowing you're going out your way to put something out there, or go networking, or do something on LinkedIn, even message someone, they might actually be interested on speaking to you further and then potentially hiring a job. And now, which is going to be one of our next episodes, is personal branding. Personal branding is so important nowadays as an individual because, in a sense, with the job market is so saturated to the point where, let's say, a grad scheme. So one of my mates applied for Gymshark a few years ago for the placement year. Yeah. Over 3,000 applicants for one job.
For one role.
Yeah. But the point is by LinkedIn, people have been given free stuff. I know people, I've recommended people to be just speak to someone. They've been offered a placement. They've been offered work experience. They've been offered a job. And then further that, it just helped lead further. So with your son, get on LinkedIn. Literally 16 is such a good age. I've even got my brother who does carpentry on LinkedIn. Even though carpentry you wouldn't really see on LinkedIn, but the point is that LinkedIn's becoming Facebook 2.0, and that's so important now. You need to be personal branding yourself.
Yeah, excellent. And that's exactly what we'll be discussing in the next episode.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about Made in Brum. Let's focus on what we're doing here and the benefits of people watching.
Yeah. So for Birmingham,
Yeah.
what would you say our biggest strength as a community?
So our biggest strength as a community, I think I've already touched on it a little bit earlier, but I think that the fact that you can walk into Birmingham and there are going to be multiple industries that you can tap into, right? Right across the board. If you are looking for any role, any business, you'll be able to find it here in Birmingham. And so our strength really is that within the local community, if you need anything to support your own business, then you'll be able to find it here. And if not, then it won't be too far outside of the city. And so what that means then from a networking perspective is that if you need those resources, that expertise, that skill set within your business, and you need to be able to find that network, you don't really have too far to go. It's just about finding the right people.
So I've messaged actually on a community, a group chat, literally, was it last week? Within 5 minutes, I think I asked for an accountant.
100%, yeah.
Literally, like I had 3 people being like, yep, there you go, cool.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people in Birmingham know so many people. Countless people will know someone that you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's our biggest strength is someone's going to be there no matter what. If it's not in a room, someone else knows someone, guaranteed. As a lady that we know, she knows the Drifters. People know so many famous people.
Well.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. But the point is that if you recommend someone, it means it's a good thing. So for example, you recommend me an accountant. If I'm looking for an accountant, I know it's going to be a good accountant because you've recommended it to me. And that's where Birmingham is so good, because people will only recommend people if they know they're good.
Yes.
My other question for you is what's Birmingham's biggest weakness when it comes to Birmingham itself?
One of the challenges that I find, and one of the weaknesses is, and this isn't just specific to Birmingham. However, whenever we going out and doing that networking and we are speaking to people within the business arena, one of the things that everyone will ask is, so what is it that you do? And based on that, we just end up going into like this pitch of, oh, this is my job role, this is where I work. And that it always seems to stay on that very surface level until, you've spent a lot of time with them and you've had to kind of invest a lot of effort into that relationship. And so for me, if we can just dig a little bit deeper underneath that, what's my role, where do I work, and actually get to know people on a personal level and to be able to understand more about that story that they've been able to go through, then I think that we can engage and find a lot more power and alignment that way. So that's, again, why I did the whole lead with story, is because if we actually lead with story, even when we're connecting through business, well then, if you're going through a challenge and there's another young person within business that's gone through another similar one, straight away, I'm speaking to a young person trying to find their way in business, I'll be like, go and speak to Luke, right? But that's because I understand your story. If I just saw you as another person that does marketing, for example, well then there isn't really much that I can recommend you on. And so I just think, again, which is great that we're doing this podcast, it's great that we're kind of trying to shine this light, but really when we start to get people in and to really understand their story, what is it that they bring to the market, what are some of the obstacles and challenges that they faced, well, I think then we'll kind of just dig a bit deeper.
Yeah. So one of the groups that I've been to regularly, one of their rules is the 3-2-1 rule. I don't know if you ever known that rule before.
No.
So
Tell me about it.
So the 3-2-1 rule is speak to 3 new people in a group.
Yeah.
So in the networking, let's say, environment, speak to 3 new people. Because a lot of people will stick to people they know.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's fine. But you're there to network. You're not there to make friends. You can make friends later on. So by meeting new people, you can then connect with them later on.
Yeah.
rather than just speak to the same people. So I was speaking to an individual today, actually, and she went, yeah, I haven't been networking ages. I went to a networking event, I paid 25 quid, spoke to 2 people that she knew already for the whole time. She came out there being like, I literally wasted my time.
Yeah.
Like, it was good catching up with these people, but the problem you have is that you've just wasted your time because you're there to meet new people. And there's regular networking events that people do go to, but you can easily, there'll be like 3 people that you don't know. So that's the third one. That's free.
Yep.
2 is to speak to 2 one-to-ones or have 2 one-to-ones with people.
Yeah.
So like you said, learning about the individual is about those deeper conversations.
Yes.
And having those one-to-ones is something that I've been really, really, really digging deep. I aim to have about 6 one-to-ones per week, roundabout. Because those one-to-ones are so impactful because, like you said, I just know you do marketing. That's it. I've actually had a conversation with someone who neurodiverse.
Yes.
I was understanding why he is doing self-employment, explained everything, and that was a 40-minute conversation. It could be longer if we wanted it, but having that conversation, I now know more about him because LinkedIn...
On a personal level as well.
On a personal level.
100%.
With LinkedIn, some people use LinkedIn well. Some people don't. When I look at LinkedIn, I can actually figure out someone really quickly. But with LinkedIn, if you don't fill it out properly, no one knows who you are. And actually had it to the point today where someone knew who I was and actually added me straight away on the community. Did someone ask for podcasts? Straight away, Luke. Other people obviously recommend other people, but someone I've never met before recommended me because they know my LinkedIn. And then number 1 is to bring 1 new person in to the event. And that really helps events grow. You think if there's 20 people in an event and then they bring that each of those people bring another person, it's 20 new people.
Yeah.
It's benefiting you because they're bringing it, but it's benefiting them. And also someone else coming with me, they've just spoken to 39 new people that have never been to an event. They don't have to turn up again, but the point is that's a really good exposure.
Yeah, brilliant. So we've gone through, we've spoken about some of the things that, we can look forward to in the future one. So before we wrap this episode up, what is some of the things that we've got to look forward to coming forward? Just hit us with 1 or 2 things.
I've got an individual that's in the pipeline who's the biggest LinkedIn marketer in Birmingham.
Nice.
He's really, really, really good, and he likes the colour orange.
Okay.
I'm having a conversation with him soon, and hopefully he'll get on soon. But that's a little tease.
Excellent.
And then on top of that, I've actually speaking to a lot of top-tier people that make millions and millions of pounds, but they're based in Birmingham.
Excellent.
So I'm having those chats with people, getting them in, and basically, lifting the hood off the car, and exposing basically about them, basically.
Excellent.
Is there one message that you would say for this episode to sign off?
So again, this is about Made in Brum. It's all around business. It's around making sure that we are connecting as a community. And so just stay tuned. Come along for the ride.
Thank you so much, guys. Just to say it again, this podcast is a collaboration with Leader Story, so Gavin, and then empowered by GenXO.
Thank you very much, Luke.
Let's go. I'll give you a handshake. Yeah.
Top man.